got a boat with ass. Move your body like woo! Ready to bang. This is gonna blow your mind.
Hey guys, today we're talking Love Overboard, episodes 1 through 7.
Well, I think Love Overboard ended like about 20 minutes into episode 1.
Went overboard for sure.
It went overboard.
I was digging the yacht though.
Yeah,
man.
it was cool, man.
That was
Captain Blower? What a name.
Blower.
What a great name, man.
That was a odd
Holy
name,
cow.
but I was digging the yacht scenario and all that stuff, man. I was
Yeah.
kind of hoping it would last.
When you can jump in the water, like, get a little blood there.
Yeah, there you go. So what do we think? What do we think about the contestants?
So, of Too High to Handle, it's pretty good so far, man. I'm
Yeah?
enjoying this season so far. We watched the first 7 episodes. The next one's come out next Friday. But, yeah, man, I'm digging these people. I mean, there's definitely a couple super selfish people in this season.
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
Yeah, they don't mind spending money. But when you say you're digging some of these people, I mean, who are your favorites?
So I'm digging Dre, man. That dude's awesome. That dude's funny. Detective Dre, man.
You're the only one that's digging him, apparently.
Yeah, right. I know, right? None of the chicks are, man. That poor guy. I'm feeling bad for my man Dre there.
Well,
So.
what I don't understand is, like, everyone recognized that they've seen the show. Like, when they figured it out, it's like, no one was like, what do you mean by Too Hot to Handle? They all knew what the show was. So then they figured all that out. You don't win the money if you're not in a couple. So I don't understand why they get so protective of the money if they're not trying to couple up with anyone.
Well, and then,
that is interesting.
well, then they act all super surprised when Lana comes up with all this shit and it's like, you seen the damn show,
Yeah,
guys.
have you seen the show?
Right.
It's
Nothing
pretty much
surprising.
the same routine as last
Oh,
year.
exactly.
So-
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple scenes, too, where, like, Elise is wearing a watch, and then she's not, when they give them their watches, so I don't know what's going on here. Obviously, there's a lot of interviews along the way, so I think they do a lot of cleaning up,
Oh, definitely, man.
after the
No doubt.
fact. So,
Yeah, for sure.
But, Ashley, who are you digging?
So I was really digging Alex there for a while. and I like Alex,
Yeah.
but yeah, I like Alex.
Yeah.
I was initially...
You and every other girl there, and he's already been burned through 3 of them. So
Yeah, I initially thought Isaac looked cool and stuff, and the girls, I wasn't really...
right now, I'm thinking Isaac who burned through 3 of them. Alex
yeah.
burned through 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, so Isaac I initially did, and then I was like, okay, he's a little too much of a player.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and the women, I wasn't really strongly attracted to any of them. But if I had to choose favorites, I'd probably say Hannah and maybe Christine.
Yeah, Christine's smoking,
Christine.
dude. No doubt about
Yeah.
it. Christine is smoking.
oh man,
I mean, Hannah's hot, yeah. I mean, all the girls look good, but yeah, Christine is freaking, yeah, she's definitely smoking.
yeah, she's my number one girl. But
Oh, yeah.
then again, she's also she
Yeah.
has a hard time.
Oh, yeah.
All these
Well,
people
dude,
have.
I mean,
I
she-
just don't understand. They just cannot get past the sexual thing to be exploring 2-3 weeks of a relationship. Like, slow your roll.
Yeah, well, the crazy thing is, like, as hardcore as Christine presses to get laid, right? And, I mean, she's like,
Hardcore.
She's telling this dude, like, hey, I can give you head. And he's like, yo, whoa. And the thing is, like, Lana's not, I get it, Lana should totally be hitting her hardcore on that. Lana, excuse me, should be hitting her hardcore on saying stuff like that, trying to pressure him into sex, because obviously, if he's holding out, then he's there for the right reason. But if she's trying to pressure him into sex the whole time, then she's not. So Lana should be really singling her out. Like, hey, Christine, you need to get shit together. You're gone.
And that's that's what I kind of worry about with those two, is that Christine is, although I think she might be coming around now, but she was definitely there for the wrong reason.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
I mean, initially they're all there for the
Right.
wrong reasons, right?
Right.
Because they had no idea they were there for.
Well,
what they're there
everyone's
for.
initially going after Elise, and Hunter's really into blondes,
Mm-hmm.
But I always end up with blondes who look exactly like the male version of me. Female, fuck!
And he's like, fuck, female.
Yeah, but he can't carry a conversation.
No, that dude can't, man. But
Yeah.
what I will say, though,
Alex
like,
was struggling first.
yeah,
too.
well, but the funny thing is, like, she talks about Alex and his cheesiness and how funny he is. But then when you look at like the jokes Hunter makes, they're the same shit. They're the same cheesy jokes that Alex makes. I'm like, how are you gonna say
They're two peas in a pod, practically.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah, but Hunter, like, he couldn't carry a conversation
Yeah, no, he
with
couldn't.
her. Like, it was just, and she's just like, I'm just you're sexually attracted to you. I'm sexually attracted to you. And that's like all it was for her.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that was fine at first. But when she was really trying to embrace the process and maybe try to go a little bit deeper, then that was.
Yeah, and I think Isaac and Louis can hold a better conversation than them two.
Oh, no doubt, man. Yeah, Isaac and Louis had no problems. Well, Isaac does to an extent, but then when it comes to like
he's pretty shallow.
Talking, yeah, he's very shallow. And then when it comes to talking his way out of stuff after he screws another chick over,
just doesn't.
He just doesn't even bother with it. He's like, hey, whatever, man.
I'm good.
There's no,
well, I think he tries to be upfront, and I mean, he pre-warns them. You know, at least he does that. I mean, granted, he does it like right before he's getting ready, but he at least, I think, in his mind, like, hey, I'm gonna let them know first, and not be a total surprise.
He did originally with the first girl. What's her name? That he was seeing.
Hannah.
Was it Hannah?
No, Louis
No.
was
It wasn't
with
Hannah.
Hannah.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
But he did with her.
Yeah.
Right? He
I know
let
you're
her
talking
know,
about.
kind of
Courtney.
Courtney, yeah.
Courtney.
He let Courtney know very well. But then when he crapped all over the new chick that came in, dude, he jumped in bed with her. Hey, honey, I really had a, she's really digging me, so I'm going to go sleep with her. Is that okay? It's like, what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he didn't just get in bed with her, which we've seen before.
Well, no, he didn't, but he might as well have, right? I mean, he might as well just jumped in bed with Hannah.
He did a courtesy. He asked. He said, "Is this okay?" She
mean-
could have said no, and then maybe he would have been like, "All right."
Yeah,
no,
I mean, she did
Yeah.
say okay. Like, I don't know what she's supposed to say at that point. Like, I mean, it's obviously not okay, but like to say anything and it's not okay, it's like it's not okay that he even wants to consider it. So
Yeah.
you might as well just go at that point.
But three girls were into Louis off the bat,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I like
Louis-
Louis.
Louis
and he
had
was
him on.
just
I like
chilling,
Louis.
and they were
Dude.
approaching him.
Oh, man, yeah. I mean, Christine, who was it? Christine, Hannah, and who was the other one who was freaking all over him?
Was it
Oh,
Louis?
Megan, right?
Yeah,
Megan was the first.
First
So
one.
Yeah, it was
Megan
Megan.
comes up and she's
She
like,
secured the bed,
first. Yeah.
allegedly.
Yeah, and then Christine.
You want to be the last one, apparently, to approach
Right,
him.
Louis, yeah. Then Christine comes up and secures the bed, right? And then Hannah comes up and secures the bed, and she
Yeah.
was the last one, so she got it. So I was
Yeah.
like, damn. That dude, man.
Yeah, he's just like, I'll commit to anything in the moment.
Right, exactly.
But you know who got the first kiss?
Who got the first kiss?
Hunter. He said, "Are you a good kisser?"
Oh, that's right.
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
the line.
Yeah.
That's right. It was smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
'Cause
kind of smooth initially.
that was when it was still Love Overboard. Before the So that was when it was still a freebie.
It wasn't breaking a rule.
That's right. That was when it was
Yeah.
still a freebie. Yeah, but no,
Yeah.
you're right. He did. He was in a hot tub with her, and it's so smooth as he was in that first conversation
he-
with her. It's like, what the hell happened to him after
Because
that?
Alex
You know?
fumbled, and then Hunter
Mhm.
picked up the pieces and was pretty smooth, but
Yeah, and then
they
afterward,
were
he's
like
like,
reverses at some point.
right? Yeah, he just kind of went to crap on all his
And I
conversations.
love how, like, when they see that they don't get that connection and they pair up with somebody else,
Mhm.
and then they're all in the same bedroom and, like, paired in the bed, it's like when they wake up in the morning, it's like, I'm just going to give the eyes to the one I want. You
Right,
know what I
exactly.
mean?
Oh, yeah,
And it's like, they don't give up. They're like, bedroom eyes in the bedroom
Right, with somebody else next to you.
with somebody else next to
But
you.
I did like the setup with Love Overboard, and they took him to the beach, have the beach party, and
Uh-huh.
then they let them know what's going on.
And we lost Captain Blower.
He's like, I'm out.
Cam Blower left, man.
I mean, he was pretty hot, too.
Yeah,
He was
Yeah,
energetic. He had the party
man.
going.
Dude, they were all digging Captain Blower, man.
I know.
They're like, no, we're losing Captain Blower.
Right, let's bring back Captain Blower.
Then Olana rolls in.
That's right. Ruin their day, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these guys act like it's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
And they act like money does not matter.
Right.
$200,000 is
Right, right.
the,
Oh, that's nothing,
which I
right?
think is more than it's been in the past. But they act like that's nothing. They're like, oh, we can spend that. Yay.
Yeah, no problem. 200K, no big deal. When Dre's like, at least Dre's like got proper about it. He's like, look, man, I can help my sister through college. I can help my family with this money. And he's trying to do right, but
Yeah.
everybody else is just like, no.
You
no.
got Isaac, who's a banker, and he's like, I do good with the money I got.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care. Yeah.
I don't need this money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Hannah's the first one to get dumped, but she takes it pretty good.
She does.
Yeah.
I mean, it's early on, so
Right,
maybe,
exactly.
there's
Yeah,
no
and-
expectations or anything.
Yeah, and I think that made it easier, right? If it had been like the Courtney freaking Isaac situation, she'd probably been a little more pissed and heartbroken about it, like Courtney was, and rightfully so.
Yeah, because they had
Yeah.
already gone through a workshop where they're
Mhm.
trying to, like, connect a little bit.
Oh yeah, like he
Yeah,
did.
it was all very
He did Courtney
superficial
dirty,
with
man. I was like, God, that dude did her dirty.
I gotta say,
It's
I'm not
crazy.
digging the workshops on the show. It's
Yeah,
pretty
man.
boring.
You
They
said
need to
the
cut
same
that
thing
out.
last
Yeah.
time.
And they're
Well,
very-
it's true
I mean, they're
then.
very-
They
I mean,
didn't spice it up at all.
They try to make you think they're deep, but really there's like surface level for the
Yeah.
most part. I think it's like I feel the same. I'm not really
You
digging
don't
those.
like anything that's going to
Yeah.
make you talk about your feelings.
Well, but the thing
What
is,
are you
they-
getting out of this?
yeah, they still don't even get that deep into
No.
their feelings, right? So at least not what we see.
Like the
you know?
baseball thing, they're choosing one word and
Yeah.
then they're telling like this little story. Like, who cares? I want to see them like pair up, maybe go on different dates with different people to see if there's a spark. Because like people like Dre are just left out the whole time. I'm like, what is he even doing on the show?
He's sleeping in bed with somebody, and they don't seem to be.
He's just like a viewer that's like in the house.
Well, I mean, after Hunter freaking loses Elise, then he's the same way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Him and Jared just kind of.
He's another guy just floating around. Like, why?
Yeah, exactly.
Megan, poor Megan.
And then
Megan too. Yeah.
The new guy comes in and he goes right into that group as well.
Yeah, exactly. Thought he was going to get him some.
Trey or whatever?
Yeah, Trey.
So I'm like,
and I liked him. Well, Hannah tried to go for Trey.
I'm out here with all of the dance moves.
What the hell is going on?
Oh, dude. He was just like, what? This girl trying too hard. What the hell is she doing?
That conversation was very awkward. Like, she wasn't impressed with anything he was into and vice versa. Yeah. And then she just does a random dance.
Right,
and he's like, what in the world?
Like, I don't know where to look.
Yeah, she's up there like shaking her ass around. He's like,
that was so awkward.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but, so he's obviously not like the playboy like the other. Because you imagine her doing that for Louis. Louis would have been like,
Right,
Well, I think that's why people like Louis, because he can like hold the conversation. He's a fun person. Everyone else is just kind of awkward. Hunter on that one date is like, I think I could climb this tree. Yeah. And she's like, what in the world?
Or he starts talking about like being a plant specialist. She's like, yeah, I'm not really into plants.
And then he's like, yeah, me neither.
Like,
that was my past.
But I'm just like, what is this guy doing?
And it was like, where was that cool collected Hunter from the freaking hot tub on the boat? Where the hell did that
he
guy
thinks
go?
the date's going great. And then Elise is like, I'm calling in Alex.
Yeah,
And I can't stand his hair.
Which one?
Hunter. I can't stand, like, they say, like, oh, they compare Hunter and Alex, like, with the great hair. I'm like, Alex has great hair. Like, he lets the girls
He definitely has better hair. Yeah.
Right.
But, like,
He's really proud of it, too.
Hunter's hair looks dead and just, like, straw-like. And I'm like, just cut your hair.
He's like, Dre, come on, man. I know you want to get in on this.
Yeah.
Touch it.
I'd touch his hair.
And Louis got some, like, weird curls going on in his hair.
Yeah.
He's always, like, twisted.
Yeah, he's like holding them up, man.
I don't know. I'm
nice
digging them, though. I like them.
That guy, when he gets stressed, is like, he's like biting his nails and stuff like that when Christine's on a date. So
yeah.
Yeah,
she puts him through the ringer a lot.
Well, he's dead. Well, the next couple episodes, man, I'm definitely looking forward to see the shit he goes through for what he did with old Lizzie on that date, man.
I just don't know where some people's head are on this show. Like, Dre's the enforcer, and I'm like, he's so concerned about the money, but you're not even trying to pair up with him. How are you going to get the money?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then
maybe he's hoping for new arrivals,
these couples that are pairing up, it's like, and switching around people, it's like, are you trying to win the money? Because generally, like, the initial group that stayed together the longest has the best chance of winning the money.
Right, exactly. Well, though Dre finally did pair up here a little bit, though, right? At the end of this last episode. So
we'll see.
Got himself a little rule break kiss there.
I mean, he's kind of the second choice, it seems like.
Oh,
but
he was definitely saying. She made that clear, too, right? So, but he's flowing with it. He's like, whatever, I was second choice. I'll give it.
She did say, like, here's the other thing. Like, so he's been there. So he's kind of worked on this whole, like, I'm not just here for sex. I'm here to, like, try to find a relationship. And she's like, I'm here to get laid. You know what I mean? So she hasn't gone through that motion yet. So he's still trying to make this deep connection, trying to impress Lana. And she's like, I just want to screw. Like, break a rule. Let's do something. So then he realizes that. He's like,
I got to do it once. I got to break the rule.
I got to do something to let her know that I'm not just this, like, emotional, like, relationship-y guy. I can also be pretty fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you never see him eat on the show. I'm very concerned for, like,
weird.
Megan, especially.
Oh, dude, Megan is...
Because that girl, someone throw her some food or something.
She did a sandwich, man. No doubt about it. Well, I mean, really, the only person you really saw eat was Hunter on that date, right? When he was on the date with Elise, he was, like, eating the freaking charcuterie, tray and all that crap and, like, shoving the shit down his face. And then... But other than that, yeah, you're right. You never see anybody eat in these shows, really.
You don't really see him get...
It's kind of weird.
I mean, we don't have a drunk either. Like, no one's really gotten drunk.
Yeah, some of these guys seem like they're barely old enough to drink. But
I
by
was
American
surprised.
standards.
Yeah, what's his name? Dre said that Louis was the youngest person, but he said he was 22.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, how old is Louis?
Can this man have a drink?
Right.
They're probably on some island where he can.
Let me get that man a Shirley Temple.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they're not drinking heavily and encouraging bad behavior or something like that. Yeah. But I would like to see, I mean, I like when the new people come in and then you get that pressure. They need to do more stuff like that, I think.
Well, but so far, like, when all these new people come in, it's been kind of just, like, drop dead, right? None of them hooked up except one, right? And then she hooked up briefly, and then
Well,
you know?
Isaac.
So that was it.
Yeah, he said briefly.
I said briefly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like Yasmin a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think of her?
Yeah, I like Yas. She's cool.
Yeah,
Man.
I like
She's
her.
definitely a good looking girl. No
And
doubt
she
about it.
seemed to come in there with the right attitude as well.
Yeah.
It just she was paired with someone who
you know,
didn't
and
have
she
the right
was kind of
attitude.
like very flirty, and then she toned herself down quite a
big
bit,
time.
and that was obviously a turnoff to Isaac. But he should have maybe gave her a chance, or maybe he didn't flirt too much with her after that either.
Yeah.
So
No, he didn't.
I feel like that's
I don't
kind of a
think
missed
he's a
opportunity a little
flirt.
bit.
Right.
I think he lets them come. Like he likes to be chased.
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
he's the chaser.
Yeah, probably so.
And what do you think about Isaac moving to Yasmin from Courtney? Because they seem pretty tight. Everyone was convinced that they were real tight.
That's what I said, man. He did her dirty, man. No, I mean, just one quick little freaking date, man. I got that kiss, and he's like, all right, next, I'm good. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, she was a Latina. So
Yeah, that's right. He
that
said
did
that
it
was
for
Well,
thing.
and then later on, he says Hannah is his type. So I'm like, what is this dude's type
Oh,
exactly?
yeah. Just the most flirty
anyone
one.
who is, and that's basically
Like
it.
you said, ones that want to chase him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Because he was like telling Courtney, man, we're getting along so well. I think this is great. You know, you're definitely the
You're-
girl for me here.
You're
all
the
this
girl
stuff.
for me.
You
You're
know,
right
and then,
for
yeah,
me.
I
Well,
was
you
like,
know, he
dude.
was concerned with Yasmin talking to Courtney, but like Hannah sees all this going on, and apparently she's okay with
Oh,
this. So
yeah.
you don't have to worry about that with her. I don't think.
I think after she got burned by the whole Louis situation, I don't think Hannah's in it for the right reasons at all.
Right, probably not.
She'll break a rule
Probably
with
not.
Isaac in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Maybe she's making calculations like I need to pair up with somebody here
Yeah. No, I mean,
because she's
what
a
do you-
floater too.
She's like, I'm probably not going to get the money.
I mean, she tried to go to Trey,
Right.
didn't work. Going to Isaac now, so at least she's trying to hook up with
Yeah.
people.
No, yeah, she's definitely trying to match up with somebody for sure.
Well, here's the deal. None of them have like this really strong connection. Maybe Elise and Alex.
Yeah,
But
I think
because when these temptations are presented to them, they're like, "Oh no, I don't think I can do it. Oh, she better not have big boobs. Like I can't handle big."
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, if you're really committed to making this work, it doesn't matter who they present you.
Yeah.
with.
Well, it's like, how about Louie
But
and
it does.
how about Louie and Christine getting down in the bed in front of everybody that night, man? She's just stroking away on him. You know? I was like, holy cow.
Yeah.
That's very awkward. They're all in the same room.
Yeah,
you
and like
know,
nobody
that
could
kind of
hear
stuff.
that. Like if you're doing that shit, you're hearing those bed sheets freaking
The
moving and stuff, right?
mutual
Yeah,
They're sleeping, man.
Right, yeah.
Maybe they can hear, and they're like,
yeah. No, like you think Dre would have been jumping up like, knock that shit off.
Turning the lights on.
Right.
Woo, woo.
what is happening?
Right.
So once it's happened, it's already happened. You might as
Yeah.
well let them finish.
Yeah, I
You know what I
guess.
mean?
Well, yeah, yes and no, right? Because the Hunter and Elise kiss, or the Alex and Elise kiss, it started happening and it went 12 minutes and it cost him, what, 6 kisses worth of kisses or whatever? So maybe you should stop him if you, it's nuts,
Yeah, I
man.
don't know. Alex didn't seem to think that was fair
No.
because he's like,
Well, she
who's
didn't
watching the
either.
clock or anything?
Yeah.
You know, jeez.
Yeah, well, she said the same thing. She said, that's jacked up, you know? So,
Lana sometimes pulls crap out of her, like, you know,
Yeah, you gotta be
her
careful.
rear.
yeah.
How about you just follow the rules,
Right,
man?
yeah, exactly.
Follow
Yeah.
the rules and it won't
Well,
happen.
Lana hits you retroactively, like she's just making crap up as she goes along. So
Yeah, well, then the thing that always kills me, man, with the whole Louis and freaking Christine situation, you know, they put them in the suite. Man, the stuff they're doing in that suite, dude, he's like on top of her, dry humping her, and that's basically mutual gratification right there through your clothes, right? So it's like, how is that not an infraction? You know, it's like, come on,
An
man.
infraction. I want to see
You know,
that on the
a
screen.
rule break, yeah,
Infraction.
right, a rule break. I mean, to me, that should totally be a rule break. I mean, he's on top of her, man, going like, it was like, dude, come
I
on.
think getting naked in the tub together should be a rule.
they're just cleaning themselves.
Yeah, right.
They're not touching.
Yeah, well,
But
remember
when they're in that bed,
there
man,
was
it
one
like, come on now.
season where a loofah touched somebody's
Mm.
like penis or something, and then that was it.
Yep. Well, even Megan, remember that one scene when Megan, when the first rule breaks, and Megan's like, "Oh, it might have been me." I was like, rubbing.
I touched
Yeah,
something.
and Lana's
I
like,
felt
"Nah."
something.
Lana's like, "Nah, you're good, Megan. It ain't you," you know.
Yeah.
But
Well-
hey, at least she was willing to come forward and like say something off the bat,
Yeah,
right?
well, at that
Whereas-
point in time, I don't know why they're not all putting like sunscreen on the outside of their bathing
Right,
suits. And
right.
I'm like, I gotta get it
Yeah.
all.
Oh yeah, or I mean, evidently, like rubbing somebody's ass, rubbing sunscream in their ass isn't a problem. So why don't they do a lot of that, you know?
It's sun
So-
protection, man.
Yeah, exactly. So why, they could do that, and it's not a rule break. So
Lana's smart enough to know what's what. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I think something that went down
She's
in
got
the suite
advanced
under
AI.
the covers.
Oh,
there
dude,
was
there was stuff going on,
had
right?
to have been
Oh,
some
totally.
You
Like,
think anything ever goes on that Lana doesn't see?
No, no, I don't. And I think,
You don't think you could do something under the covers without making it obvious?
She was rubbing his junk, jerking him off
Yeah,
under the covers.
but that was obvious.
Well, it was pretty obvious.
Like if you lift up the sheets with your knees, maybe you could like
Hide
prevent the
something.
sheets from wobbling around or something.
maybe, but
You got to go in there with a strategy, but they didn't know where
or
they were
you
going.
think there's cameras absolutely everywhere on this little island thing?
probably.
There's microphones. You can see them in the
when they got camera
headboard.
crews following them, like when they're on the beach on their dates, there's not a
Yeah.
freaking camera posted
Yeah.
there. That's a camera crew with them, right? So
Yeah.
and the thing is, dude, there is no way in hell they didn't rule break when they were in that bed together in the suite. They didn't. I'm sure the producers like, all right, we're just, for the show's sake, we're keeping them. We're gonna say they didn't break any rules. But there's no way in hell
I
they
hope
did,
not.
man.
That'd be kind of messed up.
Yeah, no, well, dude, as many of these shows we've seen and some of the background info we gotten in some of these, we know the producers
Yeah, but
do some shady
these
stuff.
people know
So-
when they go to the suite, if they've ever seen the show, they know what the deal is. And I haven't seen people get kicked off in that scenario. Maybe that's common, maybe it's not. I don't know, but that would have been huge.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got down in that suite, man.
Wow.
They broke some rules, man. Like I said,
Louis could definitely control himself if it wasn't for Christine.
oh yeah.
Like, but
Yeah, when she was like freaking deep throwing that banana and she's like, I can give you head, and he was like, oh my God. And it's like, yeah, at that point, like I said, Lana needs to start singling her out like, hey, Christine, you're kind of the problem here, right? Louis trying to be good.
I don't know if anyone's had sex on the show this season yet, though.
Not
Last
that we've
season,
seen.
someone did it
Yeah.
in the shower.
In the shower, yeah.
But I don't think
They-
anyone's actually had sex.
Not that
wouldn't
we've
that be
seen.
fun if it was the defective detective?
Right, he ends up getting
Dre is
down.
like, I mean,
But
that'd be
their
awesome.
little watch goes off and they just kiss each other. I want to see them like ripping
Oh,
clothes
yeah, no
off
doubt,
and they're
man.
like, we got
I don't know,
who
how
knows
long
how much
is it?
time we got.
Because they mentioned that, right? They're like, oh shit, we got like until it
well,
turns green, we're
Christine
getting down.
practiced. She's like stripped and
Yeah,
then sat
jumped
on
on
him.
him.
He's like, I'm not even ready.
I'd like to also see like someone sitting with a random person and both theirs turn green. They're like, do you want to take advantage of this?
Right,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're horny or whatever, maybe
Right.
you're like, hey,
Maybe
me,
get-
you, it's green.
Right, maybe
This
we
is
get
the
a
go
connection.
time.
You know, that could create a connection
Exactly.
that
You never
may
know.
not have known was there.
Exactly.
So I'd like to see more
Yeah,
moments
because
like
what if?
that.
Yeah,
happen.
because what if, like, because sometimes the guys and girls become friends on the show and they're talking about their significant other. Yeah, what if they're just talking together as like friends, and all of a sudden that light turns green, and they're like, oh shit.
like it just randomly every
Yeah.
now and then turns green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be
I'd
cool,
like to
man.
see
I'd
that.
like to see that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. And I'd like to see just more competitions replace these stupid, I don't know, what do you want to call them? Spiritual,
Workshops.
Emotional
they're trying
workshops.
to get to the root as to why
They're
they're
not.
just these horn dogs and don't want to be in relationships.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, they are pretty.
I want to see
lame, pretty surface
competitions
level
where you
things.
actually earn a date or something.
Tell me
Yeah.
you're someone who doesn't know how to get in touch with their feelings without
Well-
telling me.
These people aren't in touch with anything.
No.
Oh, they're in touch with a
yeah,
lot.
they're in touch with each other for sure. But yeah, man. But I am definitely looking forward to, as we saw when, so that last date, the freaking Louis went on with Lindsay, and he's like, oh my God, dude. And she's like, oh, you want to touch him? He's like, yep. He's like, I'm going to go in.
Sure.
He's going in there for it.
Just don't get
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I'm like,
He might as well have done everything at that
Oh,
point.
yeah. Might as well went in with a kiss and everything. Yep, yeah.
Well, it's not a rule break.
Yeah.
Well, not that we know of.
No, they're
No,
not.
There's
you're-
no rule
yeah,
at that
there's
point.
no
They're
rules.
allowed to, yeah.
Well, they didn't say that on these dates.
I think it was insinuated on that.
Mhm.
Yeah. They didn't
Oh,
say
we're
it.
just going to
but
go with insinuations.
yeah, they
here.
didn't say it, but I think it was insinuated.
That's normally how it goes. So.
Yeah. But because at that point you're grabbing her tits, man. What's the difference between that and kissing her? But the funny thing is when he went back and he's talking to freaking Christine about it, she's like, "But you didn't kiss her." He's like, "No, I didn't kiss her. We maybe
touched her
touched her leg,
hand.
touched her hand or something." She's like, "As long as you didn't kiss her, it's okay." It's
He's like,
It's like-
I'm good.
Right.
He's like, see, I knew that.
Yep.
So,
Yeah,
I knew what the limit was.
but we'll see how cool it is when she finds out.
We
what
had
happened.
sex on the beach, but we didn't kiss.
Kiss. That's right.
but she pulled him early, and he was like questioning, "You don't trust me. You should have quit. Trusted me." I'm like, "Well, you were touching people's breasts."
Hadn't
so-
she- hadn't she pulled you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he said himself that was a good time that he
Yeah,
came.
he's like, "Thank
Yeah.
God she pulled me." Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because he wouldn't last it, man.
I don't know
think
why
they kept going on.
why do you have to touch him? Why you gotta touch him?
They're nice.
Sometimes you just gotta touch
Yeah,
them, man.
they're nice.
But
They're
you
the
I don't-
nicest
I don't
ones
blame-
on the show
Yeah,
so
yeah,
far.
yeah.
Elise says
Yeah,
she
they
had
are.
double D, but
Nah, she don't have
No.
double D. No way.
Girl,
Reese's
what
are
you
not
talking
double
about?
Ds. Yeah. Not double D's,
they're probably natural.
She
and
got
that's
some
why you
C's.
don't
Probably got some
understand
C's
it.
there,
yeah, I have to touch him to make sure. But
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get the fascination.
any other thoughts on how the show has gone so far?
Yeah, man, maybe-
Some of the new people coming in. Trey.
I don't think that what's his name, the Aussie guy. I don't think he looks like Channing Tatum.
I didn't think so either.
I think he looks more like Tom Hardy.
Bryce.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Bryce,
yeah.
or Bruce, whatever you want to call him.
Megan called him Bruce. Megan was like, Bruce.
Grandpa Bryce, Grandpa Bruce.
That's right. But yeah, no, I didn't think he looked. I mean, he's a good looking dude, you know, but I didn't think he looked like Channing Tatum.
Oh,
either.
I think Alex was. I don't know. I mean, I guess it could have just been editing, but I wouldn't have been tempted with him over Alex.
You know, in last season they also did like didn't they do some like painting or something to kind of get them going? They're
Yeah,
not
they
doing
did.
anything.
They're
Like
patting
they were
their butts and
touching each
stuff.
other.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not doing anything
sure.
like
Yeah,
that.
they did that last
They're
season.
not putting these people in any kind of situation to spark anything really.
Yeah, that's true.
So
And then
They keep putting themselves in this situation.
Some-
They keep sparking
some
themselves.
people do, but like I said, I feel bad for like the Dreys, the Hunters,
Mhm.
the Hannahs.
well, see, and that's the thing.
Hannah now. Hannah took care of it.
Well, and
she took care of it.
Well, that's the thing too, right? Like when they bring someone new in, they only let them choose from
Yeah,
people who are
and that's
comfortable.
messed up
and
too.
that
Yeah,
does
it's messed
suck.
up. They should be able to choose from everybody.
Yep.
You know, they should totally be able to choose from everybody.
Or they should bring in, I get wanting to test a couple, so they should bring in like 2 girls, 2 guys at the same time.
Yeah.
And one of them has to pick from, and then one of them has to pick from the ones that's not.
And I think the initial setup, they should do like a round robin of dates or something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
Kind of like
Maybe.
Ultimatum where they all just like mingle.
yeah,
and
something.
kinda-
I mean, they're just like letting them do their own thing, but
Well-
some people are just chilling and waiting for
Louis-
people to approach them.
Louis kind of did that on the boat.
No, they were coming to him.
They were
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
He was like, I'm here,
Yeah.
and it's like the clock. It's like
Yeah,
speed
he got
dating.
to
They all
like
just
maybe
came
you,
right
maybe
through.
you. Okay, I'll take you.
That's
So
right, yeah. Oh yeah.
Problem is, he committed to everybody.
Yeah. But it still worked out for him, right? So
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Like,
yeah, man. But the next couple episodes, definitely like, we're finally gonna start seeing some drama. It seems people getting kicked off the show. So
yeah, I was kind of
Definitely
bored
looking
with
forward
the
to that.
show honestly in the beginning until the new arrivals came,
Oh, yeah.
and then it got interesting for me.
yeah.
yeah, it definitely did, man.
Spiced it up a little bit.
Now I'm wondering, are we gonna get any more new arrivals? I don't think so.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think so, but I would like some.
And with only 3 episodes left, you would, you know, because we've talked about that before. Like when you bring people in at the last minute, they are super like behind, right? They're behind.
Yeah.
You know, like how
And
are
can they even win?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. There's no way hell they can win.
No,
So-
well, they're just a temptation.
Even if they come
at
in,
that point,
Right.
not
immediately
to
hook up
play.
with someone, I don't think they got
Now-
a chance of winning.
Now, what we did see in the preview though, which I don't think we saw in the last seasons, was they're giving people the opportunity to walk away with $25K,
I like that.
dumping their person. I was like, yeah,
I
that's
like
cool. I
that.
like that in the preview. I was like, hell yeah. 'cause it
They
showed-
should do that more often and
Uh-huh.
earlier on.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. Because when I think it showed Alex like getting that, and then maybe Louis. Yeah, it was Alex and Louis. They showed sitting there like, hey, we'll give you $25K. if You just walk away with your price
Now,
right now. So
Do
yeah,
you think the 25K comes from the pot?
that would be crazy, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, that would be it.
Yeah.
They need
Yeah.
to
That's
spice it
pretty
up.
selfish
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Also
yeah,
think,
yeah, yeah.
you know, when they
Oh,
when they
man.
have these infractions, people are like, "I'm not saying anything," but they always do.
Yeah,
but what
but-
if they don't? Is Lana? It sounds like
She calls
Lana
them
is
out.
going to call
Yeah,
them
she's
out
gonna call them out
anyway.
So
anyway.
why not say it? Which
Yeah.
is the
Right.
whole thing with like Louis. He's like, I'm just gonna keep them apart. You know that she's gonna find out.
Exactly.
Squeeze the boobs.
Yep.
Just tell her you squeeze
That's
the boobs.
why I think there should be a hidden element of like, there's an infraction, and if they want to remain anonymous, they can, and then maybe there's like some procedure where you have to try and figure out who it is, and maybe vote them off or a penalty or something like that.
Well, I mean, look how hard hit freaking like they were ready to. You know, Lana was like damn near ready to boot Alex and Elise, man, for that kiss 5 hours after getting the watch, right? So
Well,
like,
they
having a
were
kiss.
planning on having sex
Yeah.
later
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Well, no, that wasn't Lana. That was Louis.
Oh
and
yeah, that was
Christine.
Louis. They
That
were
was Louis and
like,
Christine planning
"We're
that.
doing this
Okay.
tonight."
We're gonna-
in the
After
shower.
everybody gets in bed, we're gonna meet in the shower. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
I was like, "Uh-oh," and then Lana put a stop to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's like, this is not gonna happen.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I thought if they lost that sweet thing, I'm like, man, there's gonna be like 50
There's
grand
no
in the
money,
pot.
yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's just like, let's just have sex.
Yeah, like, you know
At
what?
that point, what's
it's
the-
just gonna be
Yeah,
we're
that-
gonna
yeah.
ignore
50
the
grand,
show.
you know?
Right, because in reality, I mean, they're still getting this like couple week long free vacation, right?
Right.
All expenses paid, you know, this place. So it's like, yeah,
I
what's
mean, if
50
you're
grand?
like Dre and them, you're like, what do you care?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm not gonna win the money anyway. So yeah, let's just have a free for all.
Oh yeah,
I wonder if they've had seasons like that.
Nah,
and they
they
just don't
don't.
air them because they're like,
I would love.
this didn't make
I just-
any sense to air
yeah.
it. They all just gave up the money to have sex.
and again, I don't think the producers will allow that to happen.
I don't
right?
think so
So I
either.
mean, like I said, I mean, I think something went down between Christine and Louis in that freaking suite. But I need the producers covered it up. Like, nope, nothing happened. They're good to go.
I hope
So-
they don't like ruin the integrity of the show. With
Oh,
that
I
kind
do. I
of
think
stuff.
they have.
But
Integrity.
I think they
yeah,
have.
I'm concerned about the integrity of
The
the
integrity
show.
of too hot to handle.
Yes,
I think they
rules
already
are
did.
rules.
Yeah, I mean, like I
Lana
said,
has
I mean,
integrity.
when he's on top of her dry humping her, man, that's mutual gratification. Period. You know, I mean, it's like what's the difference between
Well,
that
they've
and her?
allowed that in the past.
Oh, I
so
know, and they shouldn't,
there's a precedent
right?
that you can do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but they shouldn't allow that.
I wonder if like there's edits where where they like stop doing something and then they ask somebody, "Is this okay? Are we okay? Are we in the clear?"
But I
and then
guarantee you,
the next morning, he didn't have underwear on because she looked down and he's like, "Oh, he's shiny this morning." Like under the cover, she lifted the freaking covers up. Oh, she's like, "Oh, he's looking so shiny." So
shiny.
yeah, so something went down, man. Something went down that night. Yeah.
There's a reason he was shiny.
Yeah.
Billy
That's
is
right,
on the
exactly.
case. He's on the
There's a
case.
reason he was shiny, exactly.
You sure you're not a detective, G?
And
Are you like undercover?
when she did that, I was like, "Yo, something happened, man."
I can't
They
believe
were
that
naked together, but I think they're going to the line, but they're not
Get out
crossing.
of here, man. When oh no, man, something
I
went down.
cannot believe that they bet that they wouldn't break a rule.
Oh, so did I. I was like, "That's crazy."
Now they didn't say like what would happen if they didn't go along with that. You know what I
do you
mean? Well, this is either there's an infraction, you lose double, or you win double. But what happens if they're like, nope, I don't believe they're going to do that? Then what?
Well, then they don't risk losing an extra 48,000. So
Everything's just it is what it is.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
go to the suite, it doesn't even really matter.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
kinda
know.
stupid.
Well,
Well, no,
they might
no.
have gotten fined for
Yeah.
whatever they did in the suite.
well, no, because if they break a rule in the suite, then they're going to get fined and they're getting kicked off, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're still going to lose more money.
But if they had sex, what's the fine then?
Probably the rest of the cash in the pool. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, how much was it last season, man?
Shit,
Was
they
it-
I
didn't
can't
spell it
remember.
out. What
Yeah.
would
They
happen if they
never
didn't
do.
go?
Like she said in the first.
It was a
like-
lot of money when they had sex in the bathroom that last season. It was like 50 or 60K. I thought that they fined them or something
Well,
crazy like that. So
This season she was charging $6,000 for a kiss, whereas
Yeah.
last season it was $3,000. So
Mhm.
you never really know.
right. But again, like you said, I think it's what's doubled this season. 'Cause I think last season was like 100K. This season's 200K. So
That's what she
Yeah, I
said.
think so.
It's more money, so it's
Yeah.
like I gotta be a little more.
Now, who was it? Elise
Cost-effective
and
here.
Hunter. I think was it them or was it Louis? Where they were like, "Hey, I've earned this kiss or whatever, so it's cool."
that was Elise and that was
Yeah, at least because Louis was the one like, "This is some BS right here."
that was Elise and Alex. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What'd you think of that?
Yeah, I was like, you didn't earn shit. You ain't got your green light yet. You know,
You
it's
didn't
like,
get
so
the
get out of
watch. You didn't get the green light.
here. That's right.
It wasn't.
You ain't earned
earned.
nothing.
What do we think about Alex and Elise kissing when they have the watches and it's not green?
That was when it happened. That's the part where they were like, "Hey, we earned this kiss,"
Yeah.
right? So
no, that was before that. But this was the second time.
The 12-minute kiss?
I think the 12-minute kiss was it because she was like
They kissed initially because they like cemented and
Yeah,
worked
yeah,
it out, and
yeah.
then they got their watches, and then
Right.
they were kissing, and it's like,
But Elise was like, She's like, "I don't feel bad at all." She thought I said that. I don't feel bad at all for that kiss, you know. And it's like, well, you just lost the freaking.
if you have the watches, you know it's going to turn green eventually, so you can't wait.
Well,
No, but
Elise didn't think she could open up. She
Right.
wasn't sure about
And
it.
Alex said the same thing. He's like, "I don't think I'm ever going to get to kiss this girl because she won't open up, right?"
Yeah,
So-
I know, but like, open up. She's like, I feel for you, and then I'm like, what?
Right. Yeah. I
Get
know.
out of here with this open up crap on this show. You know what I mean?
Like, you just want to see
You
people
just no.
make
You
out
just
and have
say
sex.
the
You
bare
don't care about
minimum
feeling.
and say like, I really feel for you, and I've changed my ways, or and then they're like, okay, that's
Yeah.
good enough for us on the show.
Yeah, it is.
That's as far
Yeah,
as
it
these
is.
people are gonna get. I mean,
Right.
It's kind
These
of a
guys
it's
are
kind
in
of a
their-
joke, I think.
these guys went on this show, whatever show they thought it was, to hook up. They're all young. There's no reason for them to settle down,
And,
Yeah.
and
and they're all hot. So, like, yeah, they don't know how to get in touch.
Elise
with
has the
feelings.
hardest time saying anything emotionally, and I'm like,
I tell you who I'd hate to be, man. I'd hate to be any of these people's parents, man. Can you imagine? If you
That's true.
imagine like their parents' friends watch this shit on TV and they're like, "Oh, your daughter," like, "Oh my god."
Isaac
you know?
was talking to his
So-
mom, and she was really supportive of it, I guess.
Well, and that was in the very beginning when you.
Well,
when
he
you talked
said
on the
his
phone.
mom thinks he's an angel.
Yeah, yeah,
like
exactly.
he doesn't know.
Yeah.
She doesn't
Well,
know.
But
Well, she
man, I
could
would
have
hate to be in those people's
surprised.
parents.
Yeah, she's not gonna like what did
Anyone
to
you
these girls.
detest, can't wait to see him bounced or
Well, now I used to like Isaac, but
Yeah, it's time for
now
Isaac to go.
he's
man.
got to go.
I mean,
like,
time for him to go.
yeah.
yeah, because he has shown no. He's not trying to hook up for any reason other than hooking up, right? He's not trying to
Yeah.
actually get to know anybody. He doesn't care
And for
about
that
so.
part, I think Hannah's in the same boat.
Yeah,
And he
I
had
think maybe
something good
she
with
was-
Courtney.
she
Turn that
wa-
down.
yeah.
Yasmin's cool.
Yeah.
Now he's going.
I mean, he and Courtney could have won it all. I mean, they
They
could have.
could've.
You know, they could have totally won
They
it.
could have if
And he blew that.
if he was smart for just the money, should have stayed with her.
Exactly.
I think it's going to be between Louis and Christine and
And those aren't even
Alex
those
and-
two
Alex.
couples are kind of those are weak to me as well.
Yeah,
they're all weak. I mean,
Right.
none of these like are going to stand the test of time.
Yeah, but in
Yeah,
the past
exactly.
we've seen people hook up like immediately and stay all throughout, and they seem like they acted like a couple.
Yeah. So
I mean, Louis touched another girl's boobs.
Yeah.
right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, no.
what does that say?
Yeah.
Right.
But I asked you,
Says Christina
why
right
would he
too.
touch him? And then you were like, you understood. So,
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
But, I mean, 21-year-old kid, 20 or 21. They didn't say what Louis is, but he's the youngest.
he's
of them.
younger than 22.
Right. Yeah. So hey, got a nice set of boobs in front of him. You got to touch them.
Yeah, and we talked about this show, people being from all over, what
Oh,
chance
yeah.
they really have, where other
Yeah,
shows
make it
are from the
last,
same city. I mean, that kind of makes it nice to see people from different countries and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
And when you got people like like Elise and freaking Alex hooking up, are both from the UK. Well, she's from Sweden or Switzerland or some crap too, right?
Right.
But when you see
You
people
never
from the
know.
same country at least hooking up, it's like okay, maybe they make it work. But when you got a British dude hooking up with an American chick or vice versa, whatever, it's like that's not gonna
Yeah,
work.
and these
the
people
long run.
aren't looking for a long-term relationship.
No, they're
the
not.
kind of people they are, so
Yeah.
they're just looking for hornballs on this show.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think.
exactly. They found them.
They always
They
do.
find them every time.
They always
Oh, yeah.
do.
Yeah.
So
There you have it. Well, we will find out the grand finale on the 28th, I guess. Friday the 28th, the last 3 episodes drop, and we'll figure out who wins that money. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be Hunter or Elise, or maybe Louis and Christine, right?
Maybe.
yeah, I don't
Unless
know.
some kind of
Out
like-
of those two, I'm not sure.
Will
I mean, I
there
think it
be
is going to
money
be one
left?
of the two.
Right. That's the big question, right? Because I mean, we're about to lose another $6,000 from the kiss that freaking what's his name, Dre just had, right? And so that's about to happen. So that's, yeah.
Well, you never know. It could be more than $6,000 at this
That's
point in
true.
time.
That's true.
Lana
Yeah, I mean,
could be
they're-
just so pissed off at this that she's like, nah, I've quadrupled the fine.
maybe you are Lindsay. Like, I have no chance of winning this, so I might as well just
That's
wreck
fine.
it or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Make sure nobody wins any money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But hey, we will see. And
And we'll
as
see
always,
if someone takes that $25K or whatever it is.
Oh yeah,
and
I'm
leaves.
totally looking forward to that, bro. And,
And-
and like you said, it would be amazing. It would be absolutely amazing. And they're like, by the way, that $25K.
I tell you,
comes out of
I
the
would be
pool.
awfully tempted if I was one of them because
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
I want to walk away with something.
Absolutely.
If I don't know if I'm Alex or Louis. Maybe you're thinking I have an actual shot to win the whole thing. But if I'm anyone other than them, I'm 100% taking the money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. And again,
Like
I said,
Isaac, you think he would take it?
oh hell, yeah, he'd take it. in a
I
heartbeat.
think they only
I
present
think
it
they
to
take a
Louis and
I think the
Alex, yeah.
I think the couples with a strong connection are the only ones they're going to present it to, right?
Yeah.
Or what's perceived as a strong
Yeah.
connection.
If
I mean,
you
that's
didn't have a
generally
strong
how it
connection,
goes.
why wouldn't you take it?
But we will find out on Friday. Hey, and until then, guys, we love doing this for you. And please hit like and subscribe and let us know what you think about the show. And we will check you at our next review.
See ya.
See ya.
Say
I
something
said
different.
see ya every
Say
time.
something different.
Peace out, homie. Oh yeah,
And
like the little
I
triangle. on
I
there.
did see Christine's nipple in one episode.
I did too. When she was slaying back
Yeah.
and the show sticking out. Yeah, I
And
saw
then
that
they
too.
flashed back and
Uh-huh.
she pulled it down.
I
Yep.
didn't see them.
Oh,
Oh,
you
yeah.
missed it. Actually, Rowan does it. That's
Billy
I did.
paused it.
I was like,
I'm pretty
I was
sure
like,
it's
I was like, holy shit! Was that nipple never wound to hit pause? I'm
guy.
like, yeah,
He's like at the screen.
I wound to hit pause. Like, holy shit! You see a little nipple poke there.
He got this huge grin on his face. Nipple. I mean,
See a little
jeez,
nip.
guys are so
See a little
simple, man.
You're just mad because you didn't catch it.
They don't ever get into people self-pleasuring themselves. I guess it's just not happening.
Sure,
Well, if you're gonna do that, you might as well see if someone will do it for you. I guess.
You're gonna get fined either way, right? You're gonna get fined either way, so you might as well have a girl do it for you.
Hey, I'm gonna do this one way or another, so I just want to know if you would help me.
You want in on it?
You want to give me a hand here? What?
Baby Lana, give us a BOGO.
Oh, go. Jeez.